I thought it would be fun to discuss some of the best family roller coasters that I've been on. They won't be the best at the park or have the craziest layout or whatnot, but are designed to entertain a certain demographic. Well, in this instance, a large demographic. These attractions are built to please the entire family. Now, as to what exactly classifies a roller coaster as a family roller coaster really boils down to the park itself, but for me, I'd say that the main criteria would be the height restriction. Any roller coaster that has a minimum height requirement of 42 inches, I'd say is a family attraction. Now, there are always exceptions to the rule. I believe Phoenix and Twister at Knoebels have a height requirement of 42 inches, but I would not consider them to be a family coaster. Then we have Cedar Creek Mine Ride at Cedar Point, which is clearly a family attraction, but the ride has a minimum height requirement of 48 inches. I know that some will even argue that Cheetah Hunt at Busch Gardens Tampa is a family coaster, but I disagree. For one, it has 3 forceful launches, and 2, it features an inversion. No family coaster on my book will have an inversion. Before we get to my list, please do me a favor by clicking on that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel and love roller coasters like me, make sure you subscribe. Number 11, Oscar's Wacky Taxi, located at Sesame Place, opened in 2018. Gravity Group has been on a roll with these smaller, compact wooden roller coasters. From Wooden Warrior through Kentucky Flyer, every version of these models have been a standout attraction. With its lower 43-foot height structure, you wouldn't think that Oscar's Wacky Taxi can produce the amount of negative G's that it does. Well, with its 12 moments of airtime, I'd say that this is one fun ride. In terms of family coasters, I'd say this is a little closer to the extreme side, mostly because of all the ejector airtime Oscar throws at you, but yeah, Gravity Group, keep these style of coasters coming. Number 10, Reptilian, located at King's Dominion, opened in 1988. Originally called Avalanche, this bobsled coaster by Mock Rides is a fun attraction. It's a change of pace from your more traditional roller coaster, as there's no official track that the train is attached to. The roller coaster travels down a pipeline of sorts, meaning that the train is free to move left and right, depending on how the forces are being applied. As being a family coaster, this isn't a super thrilling ride, but more about the experience. Bobsled roller coasters are increasingly rare, and finding one that you can experience with a whole family makes it worth it. Number 9, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, located at the Magic Kingdom, opened in 1980. It may have been featured as one of my loser coasters in a recent video, but I have to acknowledge that it's actually a pretty good family coaster. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad has been a staple attraction at Magic Kingdom for quite some time. This is a heavily themed Western-style roller coaster that has 3 lift hills, tunnels, crazy rock work, and of course the roller coaster itself definitely on the weaker side, but it's still a fun ride, especially if you consider the janky transitions and quirky elements. Number 8, Slinky Dog Dash, located at Disney's Hollywood Studios, opened in 2018. Out of all the family roller coasters on my list today, Slinky Dog Dash is probably one of the least thrilling. It has 2 launches, but they are not fast accelerating. In fact, you could probably accelerate faster on your bicycle, but anyways, this isn't supposed to be a high thrill attraction. Slinky Dog Dash is all about that aesthetic, theming, and somewhat storytelling. Toy Story is one of Disney's most popular IPs that both parents and kids can relate to. Slinky Dog Dash transports you into this world of Toy Story as you interact with multiple favorite Toy Story characters. Number 7, Dragon Flyer, located at Dollywood, opened in 2019. Inverted coasters for a while were basically reserved for the adrenaline junkie. Well, Vekoma came along and introduced their family suspended coaster. Dragon Flyer is a modern version of this style of track, and it offers an exciting layout that will entertain both kids and adults. The first couple elements pull some serious G's, but only for a short period. The rest of the ride mellows out a bit, staying closer to the ground, allowing you to interact with the terrain. The only negative I have about Dragon Flyer would be its low capacity. This roller coaster can only operate with 1 train, so on a busy day at Dollywood, this line can get pretty long. In fact, it can actually be the longest line of all the roller coasters at the park. Number 6, Merlin's Mayhem, located at Dutch Wonderland, opened in 2018. Vekoma is not the only manufacturer involved in this family suspended coaster market. S&S took a stab at this concept with Merlin's Mayhem. Similar to Dragon Flyer, Merlin's Mayhem is a great family coaster that both kids and adults will love. The ride is a little bit more intense than your average family coaster, but not too intense to scare away the children. The interaction with the terrain, the tunnel with effects all work together to make this an engaging roller coaster. Dragon Flyer may have the more comfortable cars and restraints, but Merlin's Mayhem I think is the better overall family suspended coaster. Number 5, Expedition Everest, located at Disney's Animal Kingdom, opened in 2006. Still technically a family coaster, Expedition Everest is one of the most intense coasters to make my list. This massive helix that is found on this roller coaster pulls some serious G's, and I've been known to gray out during this portion of the ride. The theming and storytelling on this attraction is just immaculate. I love the mountain, the use of the music, and of course your interaction with the Yeti. The layout is also pretty interesting. The coaster takes its time making its way to the mountain, then the slow climb to the top. It's all building up anticipation for the ride to come. Number 4, Fire Chaser Express, located at Dollywood, opened in 2014. Outside of a Disney park, Dollywood is shaping up to be another fantastic family-centered theme park. One of their more family-geared attractions would have to be Fire Chaser Express. This is a multi-launching, multi-element family coaster. Even though the launches aren't that fast, they still have a nice punch to it. My favorite part is the backwards portion while you are escaping the firework factory. Unlike a Disney attraction, the theming isn't super immersive, but there's enough here to transport you into the world of forest firefighting. Number 3, Cobra's Curse, located at Busch Gardens, Tampa, opened in 2016. This is one of my surprise favorites at Busch Gardens, Tampa. Mock Rides did it again with this enjoyable family spinning roller coaster. The ride has 3 distinct sections, first starting off with the elevator lift and forward drop portion, then followed by the shorter backwards portion of the ride. The grand finale, the trains are now in full spin mode as you dive in and out of a few trenches as you make your way back to the station. The theming and storytelling is spot on. I couldn't think of an improvement that would make this family attraction more engaging. Because the ending is free spinning, your experience will vary, so make sure to score multiple rides. Number 2, Space Mountain, located at Walt Disney World, the Magic Kingdom, opened in 1975. It may feel like the fastest roller coaster at Disney, but in fact, it's barely faster than Barnstormer, the park's kiddie coaster. Located completely indoors, Space Mountain plays with your senses, making you feel like you're traveling a lot faster than you actually are. I would argue that Space Mountain is the most popular roller coaster on the planet. I've been really dropping a lot of these most and least likely things in this video, but anyways, everyone has heard of this attraction. The theming is great, though a little outdated. The 70s space vibe no longer jives with today's tech, but it's still fun. This is an imaginative attraction that will thrill the entire family. Number 1, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, located at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, opened in 2019. Harry Potter has been a cultural phenomenon over these past few decades, meaning not only does this IP appeal with younger audience, but the parents as well. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is one of the most expensive thrill attractions ever constructed, with a hefty price tag of $300 million. Of course, the new Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster at Epcot is more expensive at $500 million and unfortunately did not make this list because, well, I've yet to ride it. This, however, is one of the best, if not the best, story-driven roller coaster with 7 launches, a switch track, vertical spike, and drop track. There is so much here to enjoy. Also, let's not forget about those cool motorbike cars that actually feel like you're riding a motorbike. As far as I'm concerned, Hagrid's is the full package. It has thrill, theming, story, and a hefty ride time. This is exactly what I want out of a family roller coaster. Well, that's going to do it for my list of the best family coasters. Which ones are your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. Until next time, this is X Screen Thrills.